the presentation of the award.
Just a tremendous moment for this team. Each player and coach receiving their well-deserved championship ring. And you're right where the action is about to begin as we welcome you to the NBA here on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining us tonight, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. And reporting from the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge. And a look at the starters for the Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Mark Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Moore in at the 3. And for Indiana, the perimeter pairing with Nembhard and Mathurin. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Halliburton in at the 1. So Indiana wins the tip. How important, Greg, is it to a team's confidence to start the season strong?
Kevin, I think it means more if you're a young team. If your roster is filled with veterans, you're looking at the bigger picture.
Count that one.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Ball against Halliburton. Ball, the pass to Bridges. Shot from the wing. The rebound by Turner.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Now, here is Halliburton. No good with the triple. Here's Ball. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Well, you have to be willing to take what the defender gives you. LaMelo Ball gets into that mid-range, makes the defender pay.
Siakam looking around. And that one, no good to start him off for the night. Here are the Hornets with the ball. Miller, the pass to Moore. Back to Miller. The tray. It's rebounded by Indiana. Pushing it up with a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Rick Carlisle and I did speak a few minutes ago. In talking to Coach, he discussed the hidden talents of LaMelo Ball. Coach said he's still a young player in this league, but we can't take that lightly. We've seen what he's done to soft defenses. We need to be physical. So we'll see if that defense tightens up for them. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And when you think back to that Sabonis-Halliburton trade, Doris, it really worked out for both teams.
It's rare, Kevin, that you can talk about a, quote, win-win for both sides. Most trades are a little bit harder to evaluate because they involve more moving pieces. This was a straight-up one-to-one swap of young stars and positional fits for each side.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about.
That's time. Here are your Indiana Pacers.
Some numbers for Miles Bridges. Great showing for him last season. Averaged about 20 points a game, 7 rebounds and 4 assists. And what a luxury for them to have someone like him who can absolutely fill it up coming off the bench.
I love it. He knows they're looking for him to bring immediate offense, and he very rarely disappoints.
Now here's Williams. 11 points last game, and it's Williams with the jam.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Moore against Mathurin. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
A skillful move there by Mathurin against the contact, somehow finding a way to get the shot to fall.
Free throw off from Mathurin. Hey, DB, we don't see a lot of them, but from what you have seen and heard, what can the Charlotte Hornets do better to improve their overall game?
Well, I think one of the things you have to look at is what are they doing successfully on the offensive end and what are their weaknesses? One of the weaknesses is drawing fouls and getting opportunities at the free throw line. To me, Kev, the best teams do a good job of getting easy points, whether in transition or at the charity stripe. That unselfishness of LaMelo has been on display since day one.
The shot's good from Halliburton.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Bridges kicks to Williams. Charlotte moving it around. Inside. And it's Williams with the jam.
If you leave a teammate of LaMelo Ball that wide open, I promise you he will find him.
Halliburton against Ball. Halliburton outside. Siakam a screen on Ball. And it's Halliburton missing.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
And here's the fast break. Siakam leading the way. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Excellent anticipation of a teammate's defensive ability. Siakam gets out in transition. Nice.
Back to Ball. From the arc. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Mathurin. That's good. And it's Halliburton with the assist. Halliburton's got 3 assists tonight.
And using that body to his advantage, Mathurin will learn to control his strength as he grows in the league.
Now, here's Bridges. Still without a basket. Williams a screen on Halliburton. Ball from long range. Williams kicks to Ball. Pacers with the rebound.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
Nembhard. Miller grabs the miss.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
The Hornets shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
At the line for the Hornets, Miller shooting.
That free throw good for Miller.
Guys, you know this. Brandon Miller plays the game with a high level of intelligence, and at 6'9", that length, not a bad addition to that.
Josh Giddey's checked in for Ball. And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. The Pacers making a switch here. McConnell's checked in. Let's pause to take a look at the teams that were tops in field goal percentage last season. In third, the Pacers.
Hard to shoot the ball any better than they did. I mean, they weren't the best in the league, but, man, they were right there.
Hornets trail by 3. Now here's Giddey. 11-point game his last outing.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
You know, Doris, there's a notion that big men can take a little longer to develop. What have you seen from Miles Turner?
That he's turned himself into a complete basketball player, Kevin, and think there were years because he was playing alongside another big that he was out of position. But he can shoot the basketball with range, he's got strength, and he's a tremendous shot blocker. Well, the athleticism that Miles Turner brings to the center spot is quite remarkable. This guy, an exceptional player on both sides of the floor.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
And the Hornets with possession here. Following the miss by Tyrese Halliburton. Pacers leading by 4. For 3, Siakam. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. Halliburton's got 4 assists in the game. Miller outside. Shoots the three. Good on the three-point shot. Miller's got 6 points.
Well, the big-time answer by Brandon Miller.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. That's checked in for the Hornets.
Nick Smith.
Here's Giddey. No scoring in this one. Charlotte moving the ball around. That one good for 2.
And you can put Miller on either side of that pick and roll action. He has a terrific IQ.
Here's McConnell. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Mann. He's covered by Halliburton. Mann can't hit.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Well, efficiency is everything, right? So far in this one, this guy has been on the money.
Here's Giddey, and it's sent back by Turner.
I tell you, you love the attitude of Miles Turner. No one is getting off these shots when he's nearby. No one.
51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And it's Mathurin with the rebound.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Up top, Giddey. Nothing on the board. Shot clock at 6. Down low. On the wing, man. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Ball. He gets it in there. Ball's got 7 points.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Halliburton inside the three-point line. And there are the Pacers with another bucket.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
And I think, obviously, we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
And so it's Indiana holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And that's what has them ahead in this game. Their floor spacing has been just tremendous.
Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. Halliburton is out there with T.J. McConnell. And it's Mathurin in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers. Indiana leading by 8. Stolen by Ball. Here's Salon. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Halliburton. It's rebounded by Salon. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Misses the layup.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
It seems every season, Doris, we have players speak out on being unhappy with their role.
Well, consider, Kevin, that if you're one player on a roster in the NBA, how coveted each of those spots are, but also how competitive they are. You don't get there without that nature, which means you want to play. Always so much creativity to LaMelo's game. Terrific move off the bounce.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. And the shot goes in. McConnell's got the lead up to 9 now for the Pacers. And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Kevon Looney is checked in for Indiana. Mitchell comes in for T.J. McConnell. Let's give a look now at the 2K leaderboard to see who led the league in assists last year. In the third spot, Tyrese Halliburton.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
Hornets trail by 9. And here is Ball. 9 points in the game so far. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
Now, here's Siakam. He has 7. Looney down low. Kitty defending.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
Ball with the bucket.
Irrepressible confidence. LaMelo from deep.
Mathurin for 3. It's rebounded by Giddey. Hornets trail by 7. Pass the ball. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Mitchell. He takes it in, and it's good for 2. Here's Mann. He has yet to score. Charlotte moving it around. There's Ball with the 3. And it's Looney with the rebound. Indiana leading by 9. This one for 3. No good. He missed it. Brings him to 3 for 8 this game.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Pascal Siakam is nominally a power forward, but his versatility at both ends of the floor allows him to play a number of roles. Siakam says that's where the NBA has been going. It's always positionless basketball, and I feel like I can do anything. And in today's game, Kevin, that means tremendous value for Siakam. Back to you.
Doesn't it? My goodness, David, he is something else. Thank you very much. So it's the Pacers now, following the score by Charlotte. A nice shot by Halliburton.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
Here's Mann, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
Here's Mitchell after the basket by Charlotte, and that one drops.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
A moment now to see how the schedule is looking coming up for the Charlotte Hornets. On Saturday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the New York Knicks. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And for the matchup with the Cavs, It's going to be their 6th contest on the year. Fans will be curious to see how this team continues to form as the season goes on.
Miles Bridges, he's checked in for the Hornets. Miller comes in for Trey Mann. Good on the second free throw.
LaMelo, one of those guys at the top of the list in terms of excitement. This guy is capable of the spectacular.
Looney with it. He's against Williams. Halliburton for 3. The Hornets pull it in. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
They just got overwhelmed. We knew that game was going to be a tough one for them, and we were right.
Sometimes it's about the talent disparity, and it would have taken a massive effort for them to even be competitive, and it was nothing close to that.
And the handles and confidence of Siakam both have grown just so much.
Zero hesitation taking that one to the rack.
Now, here's Ball. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Looney with a 9-point lead. Halliburton passes to Looney. Back to Halliburton. Sinks the triple. Halliburton's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Pacers.
And that makes it 2 3-pointers in the quarter so far and 4 for the game.
Ball with the bucket. Ball's got 9 points in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Mathurin attacking, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
And you see that extra gear with Mathurin gets him to the rim in a blink.
Williams, a screen on Siakam. Here's Bridges, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Oh, and the jam by Williams. Pacers leading by 10. For 3, Siakam. And Indiana, another 3. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Indiana.
They're contesting shots and have also come up with some significant blocks, putting a little doubt into the minds of the opposing shooter.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Bridges outside. Miller with a wide open look. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass is coming.
Mathurin. And he makes good on the layup. Mathurin's got 16.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Now here's Moore. 9-point game his last outing. There's Ball with the 3. It's rebounded by Indiana. Looney's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Siakam. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. 17 points in the game.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. 17-point game. Deep 2 from Ball. And it's Mathurin with the rebound. And Indiana shooting the lights out in this building, 68% from the field.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
There's Ball with the 3. It's rebounded by Indiana.
I know he wants to answer the 3 that was just made on the other end, but he can't let that affect his judgment. He's got to find the best shot possible.
Tyrese Halliburton has been on display for the Pacers. He delivered 9 points from three-point range that quarter. Terrific work from distance. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody. The story tonight, everything, and I mean everything, is working well for the Indiana Pacers.
We knew they wanted a track meet, and man, they got it. What a pace they've set.
Very hard to beat them at their own game. They wear you out, and we've still got a whole other half to go. And guys, now let's see what games have yet to tip off. The Los Angeles Lakers will be playing against the Spurs in San Antonio. That one gets going 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific.
And this could be a fairly competitive one.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Tyrese Halliburton has been sensational.
Yeah, something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, what he did was sustain it throughout the first half. He ran the offense to absolute perfection.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Setting the floor for the Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Miles Bridges is out there with Williams, and it's Moore in at the small forward.
What a motor. Mathurin can go all night, and he has. What a performance.
Bridges misses. Pacers leading by 22. Outside, Mathurin drills the three-pointer. Mathurin's got 5 points in the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Well, Doris, before he started playing basketball, Siakam was on the path to priesthood. And there are a lot of GMs in the NBA saying, amen, that he chose basketball.
Kevin, this young man actually attended a seminary and didn't pick up a basketball until he was 16. But even with that, he's built himself into an all-star and a champion. An incredible journey.
For Indiana, they have gone 1 of 3 at the line here. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Hornets have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Bridges, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
What a take by Miles Bridges. Those are tough points earned. Nicely done.
One thing this team likes about Miles Bridges, Greg, he plays a lot. He's always there.
And Kevin, on a couple occasions, Bridges has been near the top in minutes played. He's got that strong 6'7" frame, and it holds up well over the season.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
Miller outside. Pass to Bridges. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Mathurin with the rebound. Indiana leading by 22. Siakam. Bridges with the board. Bridges has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Miller, no luck. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Siakam, that's good.
Well, a little bit of quality defense will not deter Pascal Siakam. Go to work.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Some changes for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Kevon Looney. Toppin comes in for Pascal Siakam. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Mitchell.
T.J. McConnell.
Williams kicks to Ball. Floats it up for Williams. Turner with the steal. And here we go with Toppin running it up the court. And Toppin throws it down.
I'll tell you, there are few players more exciting in the open floor than Obi Toppin. So much fun to watch him get in transition.
Back to Ball. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And it's Miller in the corner. Charlotte moving it around. Ball no good.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
A three, and he's good on the 3-ball. McConnell's got 9 points.
What a heads-up play by Obi Toppin. Feeds the open man. Easy opportunity.
Pass to Bridges. Shoots over Toppin. That's short off the rim.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
To the paint. And Turner with the basket on the assist by Toppin.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. Bridges up top. Hits the jumper in space. Bridges has got 5 points now this quarter.
I tell you, the ability to act quickly, to get your shot up as soon as you make the catch, that's beautifully done by Bridges.
That one goes in.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Here's more. Following the score by Obi Toppin.
Yeah, you can see the impressive vertical of LaMelo. This guy gets to the cup and slams it home.
Right at the free throw line. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Miller with the ball. 11 points in the game. Shoots from the line. Ball no good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And he makes that one.
The shooting fundamentals a real plus for Obi Toppin. He has consistent mechanics and a high release point.
Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, the Pacers obviously push the fast break. Tyrese Halliburton says the emphasis is getting outlets and running, playing fast. That's a good identity to have. It's a team that people want to play for, and it's a style you don't want to play against. You've got to be ready to play us. Kevin, the idea is for them to wear you down.
They fly, David. Baseline to baseline. They can really go. Now, here's Ball. He's got 21. Over Halliburton. Ball with the bucket. Ball's got 7 points here in this quarter.
LaMelo Ball able off the dribble to get into that jumper so fluidly there.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Halliburton against Ball. Miller outside. Here's Moore, and he goes in for the dunk.
And not just the score. Miller can dish it as well, showing great vision on that play.
Halliburton with the bucket.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Moore outside. 1:43 left to play here in the third. Ball, and the layup's good off the glass. Ball's got 9 points now in just the second half.
There is just such enthusiasm, such a love for the game with LaMelo. Shot after shot going down.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Well, certainly with one of the more unique shots in the NBA, Halliburton gets it done.
You know, Kevin, credit to Halliburton and the organizations he's played for, because a lot of them would have changed or tried to rebuild their shot. Halliburton and his organizations knew the shot worked, and he stuck with it, and now he's one of the best shooters at his position.
Ball kicks to Bridges. Ball feeling it out a bit. Big shot on the way, and he drops that one in. Ball's got 27.
Wow, LaMelo is always a tough matchup, but tonight, almost impossible.
Mathurin, good.
Boy, the consistency he's had tonight has been impressive. Really steady from the field.
Now Miller, 11 points in the game. Ball with the bucket.
Well, they're not behind because of this guy. He is putting on a tremendous run.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Pass to Halliburton. There's the triple. Buries the long-range jumper. Halliburton's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, in the first half, he was unstoppable from deep. Now, 2 more since the break.
Ball no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And it's more penetrating, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Indiana out in front, delivering the blowout. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And Halliburton's got the ball here for Indiana. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. In the post, it's Toppin and Turner. T.J. McConnell is out there with Tyrese Halliburton, and it's Mathurin in at the 3 slot. That's the Pacers' 5. Turner for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. Halliburton's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Pass to Salon. Teardrop shot. Toppin pulls it in. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Mathurin, good. Mathurin's got 9 points here in the second half.
And inside, Mathurin makes great use of his agility, developing some instincts for how to get around in traffic.
Ball with the bucket.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
And Halliburton slams it in.
My goodness, how about that explosion? Halliburton takes off.
Here's Mann. He's covered by McConnell. Ball from long range. For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Drains the three-pointer.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Ball no good. Now the Pacers with it. They're on a 10-2 run here. Mathurin for 3. Here's Turner, and there are the Pacers with another bucket.
Well, there's a level of commitment that Miles Turner is showing on the glass right now. Goes hard to get rebounds and get an opportunity for the putback.
Ball, the pass to Mann. Boom, he jams it straight down.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Here's Toppin. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Smith for 3, and the 3 ball is good.
Steady from beyond the arc. Smith's improvement from there could really make him a dangerous player.
And Toppin throws it down.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that.
Man can't hit. The Pacers have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. And it's Halliburton missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Giddey goes in.
I tell you, if you give Josh Giddey a lane to the cup, look out. He knows how to finish.
From deep three-point land, it's rebounded by Giddey.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
That doesn't go either for Halliburton. For Charlotte, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. That one falls.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Turner passes to Mathurin. Here's Halliburton. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. And now it's 27 points for Tyrese Halliburton. McConnell against Ball. Here's Giddey. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Elbow shot is on the way. And he hits the jumper for 2. Mathurin's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Mathurin very comfortable in the mid-range. He loves that distance.
Ball with a wide open look. It's rebounded by Indiana. Halliburton's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Toppin. The three-pointer no good. Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Mann. Toppin pulls it in. Toppin's got his 5th rebound in this one. Halliburton for 3. It's rebounded by Giddey. Giddey's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
You know, you have to like that he's still getting quality touches and delivering now after getting blanked in the first half.
Turner passes to Toppin. Here's McConnell. Indiana again missing. For Charlotte, they've gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. And Giddey gets it to go. 10 points here for Josh Giddey.
Well, that's about confidence and composure on the interior. Josh Giddey does stand 6'8", makes that a little easier.
Mathurin against Smith. Good work there as it goes. Mathurin's got 29 in the game.
This guy is just working his tail off on the boards. You love the effort, love the energy.
Pass to Salon. Giddey with it. Toppin covering. The 9-foot shot. Giddey no good.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
Halliburton, that's good.
A remarkable three-point shooter out of the gates in his NBA career. Tyrese Halliburton, let him hear you.
Ball from long range. And it's McConnell with the rebound.
Well, whether it's a defensive adjustment or he's gone just a bit cold, that efficiency has really fallen off this quarter.
And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Hornets.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Pacers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Tyrese Halliburton.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
Mathurin, good.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've got hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Halliburton against Ball. Count it, good. Ball's got 34.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but It isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
Now, here is Halliburton. Shoots over man. It drops.
And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing